Right now, I think about our infrastructure and how we as Westporters are able to get around town. That's our traffic on our state roads. That's how our neighborhoods are connected or not connected at the moment with sidewalks and bikeability. I think about our critical infrastructure around some of our bridges and the Krabari Bridge downtown. These issues impact the daily lives of Westport.
I really believe that the most important issue is that we've lost our ability to get things done in Westport. The vocal minority has gotten in the way of decisions being made. Now, of course, there should always be discussion, a lot of analysis, a lot of feedback from the public before anything is done. But at some point, people have to make decisions.
I do think we have a lot of issues like traffic. We want to make sure we have smart, sustainable development. We want to keep up with our infrastructure. But I think at the heart of everything, we need to make sure that we have more transparency in government and more accountability in how we govern. We want to make sure that our officials and the decisions we make, we're held accountable.
Through my Board of Education service, have lived through the lives of Staples students and all students over the course of my 4 years on the Board of Education. I see our collective successes in terms of our annual reports from the guidance department and what all of our Staples students, all the great things that you're going off to do next. I see all of the amazing curricular enhancements that we as a school system and Board of Education are bringing to bear for you. And I understand a lot of the pressures that Staples students are currently under to achieve.
So of the three candidates, only one has had 3 of their children go through Staples. And having my 3 sons go through Staples, I understand what it means every step of the way for the challenges that Staples often brings, or high school often brings to kids, to young adults. And the ability to guide my kids through Staples gives me the perspective of what does every kid that goes through Staples experience.
So I am Westport's first independent party endorsed candidate for first selectman in our history. And what does that mean? That means that I am not taking any directives from any of the 2 major parties as the independent. And the Independent Party of Connecticut really stands for a couple of main things. And it's common sense problem solving and consensus building, working across the aisle. As an independent, I have a freedom that maybe other candidates don't have. For example, if there's a Board of Education issue, while the first selectman can't vote on a Board of Education issue, I certainly can give my opinion. I can opine on something, even write an op-ed in the Westport Journal, for example. If, for example, I know, for example, that girls at Staples don't have their own locker room for some of their equipment. To me, that's a problem. That's something I would make sure the public knows, and that we would make sure that the Board of Education and the superintendent take care of.
My favorite thing about Westport is the community and the people. You know, I remember when our real estate agent took us to Campo Beach and told us the playground had been built by the community. And this was 7 years ago, and my twins were 4 years old at the time, and I can still picture them at the top of the rope climb looking around as if they were on top of the world. And that's when it hit my wife and I. It captured exactly what we wanted in a town
the ability to do so many different things. Westport is such an awesome place. Just the other day, I was talking about going to the Tedeschi Trucks concert at the Levitt. And in Westport, I was seeing the hottest band in the country and the world's greatest guitar player in my town. So that's an example of all the things that are available to you in Westport. And it just never, ever stops. There's always something to do, and it never sucks.
You know, the thing about Westport is we live in a town that has incredible schools, incredible access to everything. It's a town of almost 30,000 people, but I feel like we have the resources of a town of 100,000 people. But to be able to just drive to the beach, you have multiple options at any point in time. It's just remarkable.